So this is a follow on from the previous video that I just done. I forgot to put a title on it. But thinking about what I said, I'm going to actually do this little weekly, end of a week thing about the Mounjaro. I'm doing it because I think it's important. I had a conversation with someone this morning and they said I'm about 16.5 stone. I've always been big. I've always been like this. I've always been like 13, 14, 15 stone. 15 stone for many years and stuff like that, you know. But someone said to me earlier about, oh, they had a 20 stone woman on the telly and she's taken it, and people are complaining about, you know, she's diabetic and she's just eating like that and she's got fat because I didn't see the interview, so I can't tell you exactly what was said, but it made it sound like people were putting on her because she was that size and the situation she was in. I think personally it's a kind of a mental kind of thing that you don't understand or know about, you know, yourself. I got diagnosed at, I'm 70 now nearly. I got diagnosed at around about, I think I was probably 40, 45, 46. I'm trying to work back. I can't think that memory's not as it used to be, but I think around about that time, as a type 2 diabetic. And I was put on tablets, and, you know, I went to see the consultant and they said to me, what we're going to offer you is they call it, well, they used to call it a gastric band. They would offer me a gastric band operation, or I could take tablets, which they said don't normally last long. They wear off and you go back to normal. And they were going to put a balloon inside my tummy. I've seen a bit of this just recently on some of the things that come up on Facebook and that. So it's coming back into fashion, I think. But yeah, they're going to put a little balloon down there, inflate the balloon, leave it in. So it made my belly feel full up and that sort of thing. And I just got the impression, they kept on about it, that they just wanted to operate on me. And I think back in those days, I think gastric banding, it was quite a new thing. So I didn't have it anyway, so I was against it, didn't have it. And I was put on tablets. And of course I was a bit younger them days, and you know, I should be old enough to know better, but you do stupid stuff. Sometimes you just do stupid things. I had a life growing up on the lorries and that, and transport of every description, where you would eat when you could, what you could, fry-ups, calves, and you'd have a few beers and a couple of curries and a Chinese, and you do all that sort of thing. That was really a normal kind of way of life. Now, I know that might sound strange to some people, but it was a way of life for me. And many people around me did the same thing. So it would get to the stage where they'd tell me off. The sugar levels were up high. I wasn't injecting then. I wasn't. I think I was monitoring, but I wasn't injecting. And they would tell me off about this, that, and the other, you know. So, and I would just think, well, I feel all right. I'm all right, you know. I'm going for a curry and a couple of beers tonight. I'll just take another tablet instead of what I normally take, an extra tablet, and that'll be all right. And of course, it isn't all right. You know, you don't know that till many years later. You don't realise that what you're doing is wrong. So at this point, my advice to anyone who watches this, who is a diabetic, do exactly what the doctors and nurses tell you. Don't think you know better, and because someone else has done something, you can do something, because we're not all the same. And you're not better than the nurses and doctors. They see people every day of the week. They study for years. They specialise in one subject. They learn it. They know it. And basically, they know what they're talking about. So do as they advise you to do. Don't be stupid like me and do stuff that you think will be okay. Because eventually it isn't okay and it catches up on you, and well, there you go. Next thing I know, I'm on insulin. I've probably been on insulin now for over 20 years. Still, at some points, not listening and paying attention, and still doing silly things and eating silly stuff. And just injecting more insulin, thinking it will go away, but it just doesn't, does it? It just gets you worse and worse. So that's the reason why now that I've been put on Mounjaro. I hope I'm pronouncing and saying it correctly. Mounjaro. It's a once a week injectable pen, much the same as the normal insulin pens you get. You know, your Nova Rapids and your Levermeres and stuff like that. And it's different doses. One pen lasts per month. For a month, it's 4 injections. As I say, you take it once a week. Excuse me, it doesn't make you burp. Pardon. Yeah, you take it once a week, and then you go up to the next dose the month after, then the next dose. And I think it goes up to 7.5 milligrams. I'm on 2.6 at the moment. Now, I'm saying this now to you. I'm doing it because I've made mistakes with it already. The instructions you get on the box and what you're told, when you get it out of the box from the chemist and you go, you think, well, what is 0.6? You know, I didn't understand it, and I just moved the little notch. There's no numbers on it apart from number 1 right at the very end. I just moved it around to 6 little clicks, thinking I'm taking 0.6 units. This went on for 2 weeks. On the 3rd week, I had a B12 injection appointment with the doctor, nurse, and I had that. So I took it on the pen because I wasn't sure that I was doing it right. You know, it was very confusing for me, and I would imagine many other people like that, like me. I wasn't doing it right, and I asked the nurse, and she didn't know how to work it out. It's a fairly new thing, this Mounjaro. It's very new. She didn't know how to work it out, so she called in the nurse clinician. She looked at it with me and the instructions, and she didn't know. She told me what I was doing was all right. So I went away, but she also said to me, "Oh, there's a link here. I can send you a link to the manufacturer's video, which I would recommend everyone looking at when you first start this out, because you just don't know." So I looked at it and I thought, God, I'm doing it all bloody wrong. I'm doing it wrong. I'm not going round to the... So anyway, basically speaking, the first 2 weeks of taking this, I underdosed dramatically. Although symptoms and stuff like that went with it, I did get a few cramps. I did feel a bit, bloated and a bit full up sometimes, and it's designed to trick your brain into thinking that you're full up, you're not hungry. And I was getting a bit of that. I was eating a bit differently, excuse me. I was eating a bit differently, better. And I think I was getting a bit, getting a little bit, losing a bit of weight. Not going to say massive amount of weight, but I lost a little bit. I felt myself, my tummy getting a bit tighter at the sides and that, and pulling in a little bit, a bit more firmer. And because basically all I am is not bad of a figure really, but it's just me up my body, it's just my belly, and that, like a lot of I think men who hold it around their belly, and I know women do too, but I'm just speaking for men at the moment. Yeah, so I had the feelings in that it was working, but obviously anyway, the afternoon of the day that I went to see the nurse about the B12, she phoned me up, and I'd already watched the video at this stage, found out I was doing it wrong. So I said, okay, yeah. She said, I'm sorry about that. I didn't realise. It's brand new to me. I should have watched the whole thing through. Anyway, she went to someone else above her, a dietitian, diabetic nurse woman, I don't know who it is. And she said, no, I want to see you next week. So I'm going, it's Monday today, I'm going Friday this week. It's the 9th of September today. I'm going Friday to see this lady. When I'll take, because I've still got it in the pen, I'm not going to waste it, because I'm sure it's expensive. But I'm going to take another full dose of the one, the two. What it is 0.6. You do that 4 times over the pen is 24, and that's what you get in the pen. But I was saying to the nurse, well, if I'm just doing that, I'm going to throw half of this pen away. I'm going to waste it. I'm sure it's not cheap. I can't be doing it right. I can't be throwing half the pen away, not using it. So anyway, we've got that resolved now. So I'm on the straight and narrow, so to speak. So I've eaten differently. I give it Friday. I take my injection, so I won't inject till next Friday. So what I had yesterday for breakfast, a bit weird, but I had some soup, tomato soup, with a slice of bread, buttered bread. I won't go without the butter. I'm not diet to the limits of extremism. But that's what I fancied, so I had that. My roast pork lunch. The last couple of weeks I haven't been eating it all, so my wife's been giving me smaller portions, and she gave me a smaller portion this week, and I didn't eat all of it. I only ate half of it. Felt ever so bloated after eating half of it. I did have a couple of little snacks here and there, I'm not going to lie, a biscuit or two, or a little sweet and that. Anyway, I didn't have any evening meal or supper Sunday. I didn't have anything. I just didn't feel like it. So now we come around to Monday today, and all I've had this morning is 2 slices of toast. That wholemeal sourdough stuff, not proper normal slices, like, cut up. I had to cut it up and that, uncut bread, but I had that toasted with butter and a cup of coffee. And that was it. And it's now 1:45 in the afternoon. I had that around about 7:30, 8 o'clock, thereabouts, something like that. So, yeah, and I don't feel particularly starving now. I don't feel hungry. I feel a bit bloated. But anyway, I went to Lidl this morning, and I've been buying myself salads, and I showed it in the last video, but I'll show you it again, because I'm now up at the cemetery visiting my mum and dad's, my brother's graves and that, and family graves. But I got this. So that's my lunch. I'm going to have a little go of it in a minute. I probably won't eat all of it. I'll probably end up taking it home and eating it later on today, and having no dinner tonight. That's the way that thing's making me feel. Side effects? Well, there's always side effects. I've heard people complain of headaches. I've not had any of that. All I get is a bit of bloating, a bit of burping, for what seems to be no apparent reason. Going to number 2 has been solid, then it's been diarrhea, then it's been solid. But okay, not a problem. It's all right. Drinking. I need to be drinking a bit more. I normally drink quite a lot of water and orange juice and stuff like that throughout the day. I'll be driving the truck and I'll be drinking a litre and a half of water a day. So normally, but I haven't done much of that, so I must try and do a bit of that. I also brought some multivitamins this morning, because I feel by just eating the salad stuff that I've been doing, and I've got salad again tomorrow, I brought enough so that I can do 2 days. And that salad, by the way, is a Mediterranean salad, and I bought some ham, some proper fresh ham, not that processed up, proper slices of ham. Broke up 2 slices of that out of the pack and put that in it, with some watermelon, and I bought some strawberries as well, because I like strawberries. So I've had, that's in there with a little bit of chili oil, infused chili oil. Couldn't resist it. probably shouldn't have done it, but they were knocking out 4 onion barges, very cheap. So what I've done, I've got 2 of them out, and I've broken them up, and I've just put it on the top for, just a little bit of a treat, if you like. Because I think you're entitled to a treat when you die, and I can't go from eating like a horse to eating like a mouse overnight, So I've decided what I'll do with these things. I'll try and do one every week, just to see how we're getting on with it, and we'll take it from there. I think I have lost weight. I've not weighed myself. I won't weigh myself till Friday coming, and that'll be a month, and we'll see what we lost. But I think I have lost a little bit. So yeah, that's what we'll do. So I'm up the cemetery. I love it up here. It's peaceful, quiet. I'm with my mum and dad, my brother and that, and other family members and that. So you can just sit up here and relax, can't you? It's just, I find it very relaxing and peaceful. So anyway, that's my my journey on the Mounjaro. What I'll do, at some point I will get the pen with me. It's at home in the fridge. So I don't need it. I need it once a week. So yeah. So I think that's about it. Anyway, we'll see how we go, and we'll talk later. Bye. Oh, don't forget, please like and subscribe and all that. This may go somewhere. It may not. I don't know. Anyway, catch you later.